Hey, 7:51, and time for Nun Sense this morning. We are very pleased to welcome Sister Réjane Saitaki, who is the Executive Director of the Sisters of Charity of Leavenworth, and it's always great to have Sister Réjane on. Good morning.
Good morning, Sister.
Good morning, Ron and Dave. How are you both?
Doing
Great.
fabulous. How are you this morning?
Good. I liked your opening with rejoice. This is the day the Lord has made. That was beautiful.
Amen.
Well, I thought today I would talk about St. Peter Claver, whose feast day was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Do either of you know a little about him?
A little bit. I always learn more about him every time I dig into it.
Amazing. We have so many amazing elder brothers and sisters in the Lord, but I have to say, none more so than him. Just absolutely incredible the way he lived his life.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I have a special connection that connects with the Knights and Ladies of St. Peter Claver, who I'm sure were having lots of celebrations this past weekend with Mass for commemoration of him. Yeah. So have you heard of the Knights and Ladies of Peter Claver?
No, when I saw that on the notes, I'm not familiar with the Knights and Ladies of St. Peter Claver.
Yeah. So it is a fraternal Catholic organization, which is approved by Rome and the United States Catholic bishops. It was founded in 1909 in Mobile, Alabama, by 3 Josephite priests and 4 black laymen in response to the pervasive racism in the South, and that was also present in the Catholic churches and for Catholic fraternal organizations. And so by the mid-1930s, there were 4 branches, the Knights, Ladies, Junior Knights, Junior Daughters, so very much all-encompassing, like family. And the motto of the organization is spreading faith, hope, and love through friendship, unity, and Christian charity. So my connect is, before I became a sister, I belonged to a black Catholic church in Kansas City, Kansas, and after several years, they invited me to join the local court of the Ladies of St. Peter Claver, which I did in the early 2000s. And while I was a lady, I was entrusted with the role as junior daughter counselor. So I met with some of the young girls of the parish, and after Mass, we'd all go to Mass and talk about the gospel and pray and plan service activities. And then in 2005, I took 5 young women, along with several ladies, to the National Convention in New Orleans, and that's where their headquarters are. And it was one of my first experiences of being a minority in a very large group of people, but I really came away humbled because of the warm welcome I received. And I also remember vividly leaving New Orleans under a hurricane warning just a week prior to Hurricane Katrina.
Wow.
Yeah. And actually the day Katrina hit was the day I entered the Sisters of Charity of Leavenworth.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Is that right?
Yeah. I know. Can you believe? I mean, so my heart really went out to the people of New Orleans, having just been there and knowing how scary it was just in leaving and the stress. Yeah. Well, and then my other connection with Peter Claver is that same year my brother got married down in Bogota, Colombia, in South America. So, and the community let me go to the wedding, and my Colombian sister-in-law graciously took us to Cartagena at my request because I wanted to see the church where St. Peter Claver is interred.
Oh, my goodness.
Married. Yeah. Can you believe this? All these connections.
How all that fit together, right?
I know. What were the chances?
Yeah.
Like, it just was, yeah. So that was a powerful experience. So St. Peter Claver, or Pedro Claver, because he was Spanish, came to Cartagena in 1610. He was ordained a Jesuit missionary there in 1615, and he lived there until his death in 1654. So Cartagena is a port city, and at that time, for over 100 years, it was the center of the slave trade for the Americas. And approximately 10,000 slaves arrived on ships from West Africa there annually. So when a slave ship arrived, St. Peter Claver moved into a ship's hold to minister to the ill-treated and exhausted passengers. Then, after the slaves were herded off the ship, they were placed in open-air pens on a large stone plaza. And St. Peter would minister with medicines, food, and bread. And then with the help of interpreters, as he was getting to know the people, he gave them instructions and assured his brothers and sisters of their human dignity and God's love. And, you know, I did see that massive stone plaza in Square, and I will say it did turn my stomach.
Boy, I'll bet.
But he baptized over 300,000 slaves in the 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And many of whom were destined to work on plantations in the Caribbean and the U.S. So today I wonder how many descendants of those 300,000 are currently part of our diverse U.S. Catholic population, and possibly knights and ladies of St. Peter Claver, where they're continuing Peter's legacy of spreading faith, hope, and love through friendship, unity, and Christian charity.
Sister Réjane, thank
Never
you. How
underestimate what a small act of kindness can do.
Amen.
That's
And
for
to be
sure.
right in the middle of it and to minister in the middle of it. He wasn't in a position to change it, but he could minister to the people who were there and eventually bring about change. Thanks be to God for that. Thank you so much, sister. That was fabulous.
Yeah. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too. We'll be right back.
Bye.